What are the 5 most important tips to e-commerce success in the Arab world? Check out this video to find out. The first tip we have for you relates to the average amount of time it takes for an Arab to complete a purchase on your website. And this is especially applicable to international e-commerce websites. So what we find from our data is that 44% of Arabs, when they came to an e-commerce website, took more than one complete day, more than 24 hours to complete a purchase. Some people took several days, some people took just over a day, but 44% of people took more than a day. That's close to half of your sales coming from people that are going to take some time to make a decision. Another thing that we found is that only 26% of users actually complete their purchase within the first hour. And what that means is that 3 out of 4 Arabs will take more than an hour to complete their purchase. So we need to keep a few things in mind if we want to have success selling more to Arabs. And that is, make sure you have a way to get an Arab user back to your website, because chances are they're not actively engaged on your website for that period of an hour. They might go somewhere else, they might hop around to other websites. And so it's really important that you have a retargeting or a remarketing campaign set up that targets them with ads after they've left your website. The other thing that's really important is try to focus users on your most popular products, because that's going to help them get through that process of actually finding a product that they like and checking out quicker. The second e-commerce tip we have for marketing in the Arab world is keep in mind that an Arab buyer is an Arab buyer. And what that means is a lot of people are going to come to your website. Most of them are not going to purchase from you. But when you find someone that actually purchases from you, do whatever you can to get that person back, because what we find is that there are a lot of repeat buyers in the Arab world. So what you want to do is have campaigns set up so that that person is incentivized to come back to the website on a regular basis. Oftentimes this can be through an email campaign that continues to send them offers and deals so that they come back to your website. Or it can be through something like retargeting or remarketing ads that continue to follow them around the web with new offers or focusing on the products that they already like. Again, keep in mind that it's not always easy to find a buyer. So once you do find one, you want to nurture them and continue to get them coming back to your website on a regular basis. The third tip we have for you is that the average order values in the Arab world tend to be relatively high. So ways that you can take advantage of this to make more profit for your website is have a free shipping offer above a certain price point, or have certain ways of upselling Arab users throughout their checkout process. If they bought a certain thing, if there's ways that you can recommend other things for them to purchase, you might find that on average, your order values from the region are going up even more. So definitely check that out. You might find that this actually can make your website a lot more profitable. A fourth tip we have, and this may be common sense for a lot of websites, but there are users throughout the Middle East that prefer to use the internet in English. There are users throughout the Middle East that prefer to use the internet in Arabic as well. And so it's really key to having success in the Arab world that you have both an English version of your website and an Arabic version of your website. This will make sure that you reach the largest number of users in different countries and in different segments throughout the region. The fifth and final tip we have for you is make sure your checkout process has been tested by a native Arabic speaker, because we find that over and over again, oftentimes there's something in the checkout process that causes users not to be able to complete their purchase, or causes confusion that makes it so that your conversion rate, the number of people that are actually purchasing from you, goes way down. And you can see on my screen, here's an example of a checkout process on a specific website that requires you to check a box that's over some English text that wasn't translated, and it's on the left side of the page instead of the right side, which would be preferable in the Arabic speaking world. And so sometimes little things on a website can make a huge impact on whether someone's able to actually make it through the checkout process, and that can actually cause you to lose some sales. In general, what we tend to find is that Arabs kind of start out a little bit risk averse, and so the easier you can make it for them to get through your checkout process to make that purchase, the better it's going to be as far as the number of sales you get, the number of conversions you get on your website. So that concludes our list of 5 tips for success in e-commerce in the Arab world. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.